Welcome back. I am Is316, and today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the rear axle housing assembly, which is this part right here. I got the chrome one, and I'm going to install it on the 64 Impala. So of course, first of all, you're going to need your car. You got your car, good. Then you're going to need your tools. And these are the tools I'll be using for this build right now. So this is the way the part looks right there. Very shiny, very chrome. And this is how it looks from the other side, of course. Right here and right here are going to be the gears and all that good stuff in there. So now let's get started. Here we go. Okay, guys, so we got our car now. Let's remove this from the chassis. Here we go. So the first thing we want to do is remove these rims off of there. Both of them, all right? So here we go. Okay, so you remove the rim, and now you have this right here. Just remove this part, like so. Make sure you put it in a container or something so you won't lose it. This little pin right here, very important. Don't lose it, all right? Now we could go to the next step. We're going to remove these 3 screws from right here. And this is the hex tip I'm going to be using right there. Can you guys see that? Okay, so now let's remove those screws. Okay, so you took the screws off. Now just get this part and take it off, like so. And this one, it should just pop off. So just take it out, pop it off. And that's it. You remove that part, we're good then. And then you're going to want to do the same thing to the other side. Well, this is a good tip for you guys. I bought one of these little cases with little trays on it. It cost me like $1 at the dollar store. So I could put everything where it's supposed to be and I won't forget. So just a little tip if you guys want to buy one of these before you do this so you won't lose all your parts. Okay, so you took both of those pieces off. Good. Now we're moving on to the next step. The next step is very simple. All we want to do is remove this piece right here. It's going to be a screw right there. Unscrew it. And right here on this one, all you got to do is just pop this thing off. Just apply some pressure from here and pop it on off. And we're going to do that to this part and to this one right here. So here we have a closer look so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about right there. So this is the part that I just took off right there. Of course, we got the screw and the part itself. Don't forget to do the other side, all right? Okay, so you remove those parts. You should have something that looks like this. So now is the next part. So now we're going to remove this part right here. There's a screw here and there's a screw here. You're going to want to remove those. Okay, so after you remove those 2 parts, these tend to want to come apart, all right? Like this. They're very easy. You just put it back in there like so. And that's it. So don't forget these screws. Don't lose them because you're going to want to put them back in there like that. So now you should be able to have something that looks kind of like this. Don't worry, it's going to be all loose and stuff. It's all good. So now we're going to remove these parts from here and here. Well, not this one. You can leave this one over here. Just remove it from here and here, right here. All you got to do is pop them off and that's it. So after you pop them off, like I said, they're not even screwed in there. They're just popped in there. You pop them off, move them to the side, and then you're good. So now you guessed it, we're going to remove the shock right here. All you have to do is unscrew it from here and that's it. And don't forget to do the other side. So now you've taken everything apart as you guys can see. So you should have something that looks like this. So we're done with this right now. So you want to put this to the side for now. So this is the part you removed and you're going to have these screws left over. Don't lose them. Those are for the shocks. This is what I like to do. So this is a shock right here. What I like to do is get the little screw and put it back in there. Of course, do not move this so you won't lose it, all right? Okay, so this is the part right here so you guys can see. This is how it's going to look. Like that. All right, we got this. Now we got to get it ready to put the other one on. So, first thing we want to do is we want to take these ball joints off. This one right here. And this one right here, just take it off. Now that you've taken these parts off from there where I told you guys, this is how they're going to look right here. If you don't have the tool for this, that's why I always say make sure you buy a kit so you can have all the tools. You can use some needle nose pliers or any kind of pliers to take them off. It's not a big deal. You'll be able to take them off somehow. So now what we want to do is get our chrome part and put them back in here and in here. Just the way they were. Wait, not in there. I'm tripping. I'm talking about in here. This is the correct way. Right here and in here. Just the way we took them off. Okay, guys? So when you guys put them in, they should look like this right there. But if you're having a problem putting these in, just grab an X-Acto knife and clear out the hole from here and the other side. Or which other side you're going to put the screw in. Clear it out because this chrome gets in there and you're going to have a very hard time putting this in there. So just make sure you clear it out with a knife or something. Just a little bit, enough to get that chrome in there out. So when you're done with the part, it should look like this. So now we're going to move on. Okay, so now we have our original part. Now we're going to want to remove all the screws right here. Just remove them. So now you removed it, and this is how it's going to look inside, okay? So now what we want to do, we're going to want to do this. And that's it. It comes out on its own, all right? So set these parts to the side right now. Okay, so this is the inside, all right? Very important. There's a screw in here. That one right there, that black one, you're going to want to remove that, okay? Sometimes you won't be able to see it because there's a lot of grease in there. So just remove the grease and take that screw off. So how you're going to take that out, you're going to want to grab this right here with some pliers and then just screw it out. If you don't, this thing is going to move like that. So that's how you're going to remove it, okay? After the screw is gone, all you want to do is remove this part like so. Okay? And then this part right here, you're just going to want to take it out. And you're going to want to put these parts back into the chrome one right now. Okay, so you pop this thing back in there, right? Okay. And now you put that part back in there. You put the screw in there. Make sure you don't over tighten this thing, because you're going to want this thing to rotate like that, all right? Make sure it's nice and rotated. It's not like tight or anything. Very important, all right? So what we want to do now is get this piece and put it back in here like so, all right? Just like that. Make sure everything's working. You see it working good. And if you want to put some extra grease on this, that's up to you, whether you like it or not. So now what we want to do is put this back in there. After you're done, you should have something that looks something like this, okay? Don't over tighten these things because they will get messed up pretty bad. So make sure you don't over tighten this stuff. Make sure you have these back on. Okay, and now let's test it. Make sure this thing rotates good. Okay, everything seems to be in order. So now what we're going to do is put all this thing back together right here, okay? So now we're going to get this part right here. Remember this part? I don't know if you guys can see here. There's some little slots in there to cut off. So all you want to do is put this all the way in. Make sure it's flush, okay? So if you figure like, oh, it doesn't want to go in there right, you have to get this right from these parts right here in the tip. Make sure you go in there right. And if it doesn't go all the way in, make sure you clean out that hole, right? Okay, so this is how the part should be flush, all right? Nothing should be sticking out. If it is, maybe you don't have this part in there the right way. So you got to kind of fiddle with it until you get it right. And then it should go all the way in like that, flush. That's what you want. So after you're done with that, now we're going to get this part and put it back in here and put the screws back in, all right? Okay, guys, so if you did everything I told you, you should have something that looks like this. Make sure you test it. You see it go around right here with my hands are at, my fingers. You see that little hole go around? Make sure the other one over here spins freely too. That's what you want, all right? Make sure everything doesn't click. It sounds good. So we're done with this part. Now we want to install it back into the car. Okay guys, so you already put the screws back in here. Like I told you, right here and right over here. Make sure these ball joints are in the bottom, not on the top, okay? Or else you guys are gonna have problems, alright? So now we're gonna go to the next step. We're gonna connect the little arms that go here, which are these right here. All you want to do is just put them in and snap them on. And on the other side too, alright? And we're going to snap it on right here, right? Okay, if you did it correctly, it should look something like this, of course. If you're having problems putting the screw back in, don't forget to clear out the hole. And just snap it back on right here, and that's it, guys. So now the next step is attaching the part that goes here and here, alright? Okay, guys, so you put this piece back on. Make sure you give it a little twist. You can actually hear the motor in there turning right, and also this. Make sure these spin, okay? So when you turn this, as you guys can see, make sure that spins. That's letting you know everything is okay. And now, of course, we're going to have to put the rims back on. So if you did everything correct, you should have something that looks like this. Big improvement, right, guys? Look at that. That's looking a lot better now. Yes. So now let's test it out, see if it works. So here we go, guys. We're going to test it out. It goes up, it goes down, it goes side, it goes side. Well, the hydraulics work. Now let's see if it goes front. Yes, it does. Does it go back? Yes, it does. So there it goes, guys. We completed the installation, and look at it. Now it's looking a lot better, right? I am going to put another video on how to replace the whole frame right here. The A-arms and the motor right here, someplace around here. Yeah, I have more how-to videos on these chrome parts. Stay tuned for that. You might want to subscribe. And as always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on my next video. Peace. Oh, yeah, look at her. She's looking a lot better now. If I do say so myself.